So, I'd like to call the February 11th meeting of the Batavia Township Board of Trustees to order, and would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just partly for the benefit of the viewing audience, since we don't have any other public here, let me just identify the folks that are here. I am Lee Tracy, and I am the Batavia Township Supervisor. We have trustees Walt Donath, John West, Tom Sharp, and our newest trustee, Troy Tusana. And we have the Township Clerk, Penny Tracy. Good. Join us. Thank you.
Hi, and there's a gentleman, I was waiting with him. We couldn't get in over there. And he said to have somebody come over.
I'll go get him. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's open, isn't it? Oh, no, they locked it. That's the problem. Okay. At any rate, welcome.
Thank you.
Good. So our Highway Commissioner, Chris Long, is not here this evening. He's out of town. And our Assessor Tammy Kavanaugh is also not here. And our Attorney Van Larson. And I believe that our Township Accountant, Bob Schallberg, is now entering. We also have our BATV videographer, Quinn Kapernikas, with us, and his chauffeur. And we also have with us this evening Michelle Meyer from Mutual Ground and Breaking Free, Joanne Spitz from Chip in Batavia, and Michael Cobb from the Elder Day Center, who are going to report to us. And I'm going to ask the clerk to call the roll.
Tommy Sharp,
Here.
Troy Tusana,
Here.
Walter Donath,
Here.
John West,
Here.
Lee Tracy.
Here. And the next item on our agenda is to have reports by the social service agencies that we have made agreements with this year. And let me call first on Michelle Meyer. Since you just arrived. You're first on my...
No, that's okay.
Michelle is the Executive Director of Mutual Ground and Breaking Free, that have now joined together.
Almost.
Almost?
Do you want me to stand up? Or?
Yeah, why don't you? Because you may
so
want...
they can see you.
Sure.
You're now on BATV, isn't that exciting?
TV, yes. Movie star now. So first of all, thank you very much for all your support that you've given Mutual Ground over the years. Now that we have a counseling office in Batavia, we've seen some wonderful things happening. Not only are we able to support Batavians who don't want to drive all the way to Aurora for counseling, we're also seeing people from Geneva coming to the Batavia office as well when they need counseling. And this year, I don't have a number for you, and I realized that right. I was in a finance meeting before this, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't get the numbers. I will email them to you, but this year we did something new. We have a group starting at this office in Batavia because there was so much interest in coming for the counseling the 2 days a week that we have somebody out there. And so she started a group, and the group has been very successful. And I was talking to the counselor who works there, and she was telling me that even when they can't meet as a group, this group of Batavians will meet elsewhere and still meet to discuss what's going on within their lives. They formed a bond with each other, and they're helping each other out, and so that's been really, really great. And so we really appreciate your support with that Batavia Counseling Office to help victims in this area. With Breaking Free, I think that you all probably have heard that we have acquired Breaking Free. Mutual Ground has. And what we're doing right now, so on September 6th, we became the sole corporate member of Breaking Free, essentially. So what it really means is we're still two separate private not-for-profits with two separate 501c3s, two boards, two budgets, all of that good stuff. But Mutual Ground is managing Breaking Free. And the reason for that, and the reason we haven't completely merged yet, is because now Mutual Ground has to get its substance use disorder treatment license through the state of Illinois under Mutual Grounds 501c3. So we couldn't merge because then we wouldn't have the license. So we're waiting to get we're working on getting the license for Mutual Ground. And we're hoping to have that done by the start of our fiscal year, which is July 1st, so that we can begin the next fiscal year as one organization. So in the meantime, that has given us time from September till July 1st to get everything in order. So for instance, we've gotten the IT, we're getting the IT thing figured out, we're getting payroll figured out, 2 different payroll systems, 2 different accounting systems, benefits plans, all of that kind of back office stuff that we need to do to ensure that nothing falls through the cracks when we bring everybody on to Mutual Ground or under Mutual Ground's umbrella. And in fact, on February 22nd, we're having our full day board retreat that we always have in February, and this time we will be focusing, as the board will be focusing on the big picture issues and items like the mission statement of both organizations and naming. There's still some, I still get a lot of questions, of course, about whether or not we're going to change the name or if Breaking Free is going to be a service of Mutual Ground. So we're going to be making all those decisions. Our mission statement, vision statement, core values, we're going to go through it all. And then we're going to look at how we're going to market all of this. And it's I've never done anything like this. The opportunity presented itself, and a lot of people have asked me, like, well, why Mutual Ground and Breaking Free? Like, why substance use disorder treatment and domestic and sexual violence? And the main reason is because there's so much overlap in domestic and sexual violence and substance use disorder. A lot of our clients that walk through the doors at Mutual Ground have issues with substances. A lot of the people that Breaking Free were seeing had issues with domestic and sexual violence. And what it really all came down to was the underlying trauma. That is a lot of the reason why people end up needing Breaking Free services in the first place. And so we are hoping that by putting everything under one umbrella, not only will we be able to save money with administrative costs, but also create a more holistic approach to what we're doing for the individuals in southern Kane County and all of Kendall County. So anybody who comes to our doors can more easily access the services that they need, depending on everybody's unique circumstance when they call in our hotlines or walk in the door. And so that's kind of just a very short, brief description of what we're kind of getting into right now. But the Batavia Township has been instrumental in helping us at both the Breaking Free organization and Mutual Grounds organization. And the one thing that I did want to say, because right now I'm starting to have a lot of conversations with our funders, because a lot of our funding did overlap, meaning we would have funders that would give Breaking Free money and Mutual Ground money. And I've had organizations say, well, we're not going to give you, you're not going to double dip now because you've got 2 organizations. But what I want people to understand is that Breaking Free services, the substance use treatment services, are still going to be a separate and a separate service that Mutual Ground will provide. So what I mean by that is we will never be taking funds that are supposed to go to victim services and put them into substance use services. And as my colleagues know, when something's designated for something, we put it to what it's designated for by our funders, and then we have external auditors that make sure that we're doing that. So just so that you guys know, the money that you would give to substance use services would continue to go to substance use services, and then the money that you would give to the victim services, and especially this counseling program here, would pay for that. So I don't know if you have questions.
Where is the Batavia office?
Oh, I thought you guys knew that. I'm sorry. It's right on the corner of 31 and Wilson, so it's right next door to Alderday. We're neighbors. In the Bethany school building there.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Oh, you're both
ministry
in
building.
Bethany?
The
Yeah.
old
Oh,
Louise
okay.
White School.
Yeah.
The old,
I mean the old
Grace
McQueen
McQueen,
School.
right.
Wrong people.
And if somebody needs services, they can just walk in there?
No, they do need to call in for an appointment, because she's only there 2 days a week. Because we're hoping that we can get more funding to have her there more often. But right now we're able to fund her being there 2 days a week. And so if somebody walked up, if it wasn't her day that she was there, they would have no luck. Otherwise, the other people that she's seeing, she's got appointments with. So she would be in an appointment. So when they would call Mutual Ground's main number, and what we do is when somebody calls in the hotline, we ask them always, where are you from, where you live, and if they live in the Batavia area, we let them know about the Batavia office so that they can come to this office. And if they're in Geneva, we let them know about the Batavia office so that they don't have to go all the way to Aurora for counseling. And again, all of our counseling is free too, so they can come here free of charge to get the services they need. And then once they get into our counseling program here, they are also eligible for any other services we provide at the main building in Aurora. So whether they need legal advocacy, we go with them to court and help them with that. Whether they need to get their kids into counseling, we can get their kids into counseling. We're also in all the Batavia schools doing prevention education programs. And then when the kids in Batavia, if they disclose abuse, once we've been in there and are talking about this, we will send the counselor out to talk to them that way too. So we're actually in Batavia quite a bit. Actually, I just got to witness, I sat in on a junior high program recently at Rotolo, and it was just great to see some of the questions that the kids had for the prevention educator who was talking to them about some pretty serious topics like, rape. They actually talk about rape in junior high, and sexual harassment and sexting and all of the things that kids are doing now with their cell phones and how it's against the law. And so they had some interesting questions, and it was good to see that they're getting that kind of education.
I got just a couple of things.
Sure.
Were you guys the recipients of the Batavia Women's Club funding this year?
We were,
Excellent.
yeah. Us and Rise from the Ashes, so we split it.
Okay.
Rise from the Ashes, they provide pro bono attorneys to help victims of domestic violence who need to go through the divorce process and child custody process, because that can be long and expensive. So.
Right. And then one other thing. I'm not too sure if a lot of people know what Breaking Free is.
Oh,
is it
I'm sorry.
primarily for women?
No. And actually, Mutual Ground's made a lot of changes, and we're not just for women either. We actually, just today when I was at the shelter building, there was a male in shelter. There have been men in shelter lately. And for a long time, we wouldn't even have 17-year-old boys in shelter, and we changed that a long time ago. But men can come and get all the same services women can get at Mutual Ground, and also gender nonconforming and transgender, every gender there is out there, and people that don't want to assume a gender. And Breaking Free is outpatient substance use treatment disorder treatment services. And so we do intensive outpatient and then outpatient services for women and men, and we have an adolescent program. And then we also have a prevention program at Breaking Free where we're going into, right now we have a grant to provide, it's called Too Good for Drugs curriculum in the junior highs in West Aurora. I would love to expand there. There's a lot of opportunities, so I'm really excited about that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just for the record, Batavia Township funded Breaking Free during this fiscal year for $2,500 and Mutual Ground for $5,000. Any other questions? Thank you.
And I can get the numbers for you too, if you'd like me to email them, as far as
Please do.
Batavia residents that are using our services. I
Please
will
do.
follow up
Okay.
with that.
Please
Thank you
do.
very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Great. Next on our agenda, Joanne Spitz, representing Ship in Batavia.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. There's a little brochure that's,
Good.
you want that, business cards.
Cool.
So should I go into what CHIPIN is?
Please.
Okay. So CHIPIN, we're in our 7th year. CHIPIN stands for Community Helpers Impacting People in Need. And we started it, I went to the school district and I saw a need. I realized there were some homeless students, and I had 3 kids in school and I didn't know that there were homeless students in my classroom. And we got together and we started it with different service groups in the community, like Rotary Club and Kiwanis, and they took the school. I think there was a need. They took care of it and they paid for it, and then we started fundraising. And we're strictly volunteers. We have a liaison that represents each school. They work directly with the school district, with the staff at the schools, and with the administration. And they vet all the needs, so we don't necessarily work with the students or the families, and we're not really supposed to for confidentiality. So if a staff member or an administrator tells us there's a need, and we take care of it. So we have a Facebook page where we ask the community, because so many people want to help. And they will often, I actually asked for a trombone today for a student. who wants a trombone. He borrows one at school, but he wants it all summer. I'd say within 4 hours, I got a trombone being dropped off at the school district, and it's his for good. Last year, I donated 2 trombones, and they were gone already. So you just ask,
Right.
and it's incredible. And if it's not given or donated, we buy it. We work with every service group in the area. In fact, we get furniture offers every week, and I just contacted Julie for a mutual ground, and I set her up with a Beds for Kids program. And anytime I furniture that we often don't need, I'm now going to Julie, and I think she picked up a few things on today or yesterday. So the community support is amazing. Riverside Pizza just offered to deliver pizza to a different family every day of the year. Every day,
Wow.
different family. Organizing that is a whole other thing, but just people, we have a great community. So I co-chair this with Melinda Kins, who's also the executive director of the Batavia United Way. So you kindly donated $3,500 to us. We're very grateful. So I thought my job was to tell you what we did with the money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you what we did with it after we received it. And it's based on current needs. We don't stock things, we don't collect things. It's all based on the current needs. So we bought packs of PACE bus passes. We bought 4 packs of 10 PACE bus passes. We are always asked about transportation. It's always an issue for families who don't have cars, children who can't get somewhere. We provide Uber cards, cab service, PACE buses. We have found cars, we have repaired cars. So we bought PACE bus passes. We had a student at JV Nelson who wanted to join the chess club, and part of our mission is to make every child feel included to do any activity in any category at school, before, during, or after school, or in the summer, from art, music, anything. So one of our biggest things that we fund is a after-school mentor program at 4 Title I elementary schools in Batavia. And high school students come and mentor the students, and we have to hire two teachers at each school. So Chip In pays for it. So $2,500 of your donation went to that, and it runs all year. Every school does it once a week. I've been to 2 of the schools, and it's wonderful. These kids are one-on-one with the high school student. They do homework, they have a snack, and then oftentimes they do something, activity as a group, whether it's in a gym class or playing doing puzzles or games. And it has changed some of these kids' lives in a very positive way. We always keep a stack of gift cards at the school district. So the school district again vets, and we always have a supply of all the gift cards. So we purchased 8 $25 gift cards. And Amy Nelson is the community outreach coordinator, and she keeps those gift cards, and she keeps track. It's not like we wouldn't give all the cards to someone every week. We do it, I think, 4 times a year. And we always make sure they're using the food pantry and the clothes closet and all the other services in Batavia and surrounding areas. We fund field trips for students, so they're included in everything. And there's a vocational training program at the high school where kids go and learn daily activities like how to order food at a restaurant, or how to go to the grocery store and buy food. So we funded an outing to Funway. There was $136, Aldi was $200, I told you that. The high school is always asking us for, it's probably one of the schools that we do the most for, and there's a lot of students who are in musicals, show choir, and improv that want to do it, and we've been told that if we didn't help pay, that the parents were going to pull them out, so we would never want that to happen. So after your donation, we got a request for a student to pay for the musical and the improv group. So we did that. That was $293. And we often ask a parent or a family so they're invested, if they can put in something. So oftentimes they'll put in $25 or $50, and we'll pay the rest. We always have a supply, this isn't a fun topic, but we always have a supply of lice kits at the schools. Because we have had a situation where a student at one of the schools kept coming back to school untreated, and it's bad for everybody. So now if someone at the school knows that there's a problem, it's available to them. So that totaled $3,483. So we have $17 left. We'll spend it. So, too many questions?
Questions? So when are the prom dresses?
Prom dress drive, the prom giveaway. It's our favorite activity. It's March 21st at the Batavia Public Library. We start collecting dresses from now until then at the library. Last year we had over 800 dresses.
Wow.
300 girls came for a free dress, and accessories. And then at the end, we invited service groups like Wayside Cross and another prom dress drive in Oswego. They came and picked up 300 more. So we stored just over 100 in the library, and now we're collecting again. And I'm going to worry every day until the prom drive to make sure we have enough. So because we promote this far and wide, probably 50 or 75 mile radius. Kate Cogarin from Channel 7
Yeah, I
came last year,
remember that. It was on
and we were on TV
news.
that night, and she said she might come again. So we're looking for prom dresses, purses, jewelry, shoes, new makeup, anything at the library. And the library is a phenomenal partner. People drop off, they store it, they help us set it up. Great program.
Anything else?
In terms of the donations and stuff, if people have household items and goods, where do they drop them off at?
Well, we do it on a case-by-case basis, because I used to store them in my basement. My husband's like, that's not gonna happen. So we do it on a case-by-case basis, and then we tried to store it in the school, and then when they came in the front desk and there was all that stuff, they were like, okay, that's not gonna happen anymore. So we do it on a case-by-case basis. So
Okay.
we post on Facebook our needs, and then we'll tell people, take it to the clothes closet, or take it to the food pantry, or we'll see if we can find another group that might want something.
Okay, all right. So, and that's on like specific items like you're talking about the prom dresses and stuff. If somebody is downsizing,
We have
do
done.
you want those kind of household items too? They're getting rid of couches and chairs and stuff like that?
If you messaged us, we have a Google document for the high school now, the schools. If any teacher wants to look, we're now keeping a document of 2 couches and the date we need to know by. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
But like this, we had a family looking for a couch 2 weeks ago and there was an issue. But yeah, if that was coming up at a certain time, we did have someone downsizing that moved to St. Charles, and we did find a group that came and picked up most of the stuff because we had a mom with 3 kids who had just moved and had nothing. So it kind of depends on the timing and how
Okay.
long you have.
Okay.
Or that if Mutual Ground might need it for a family that is moving. So we are connected, and we might ask 3 or 4 other groups. I'm connected to Tri-City Family Services.
You guys can do that communication if somebody calls
Yeah.
you or calls Mutual Ground or something like that?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the beauty of our town.
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And last, Michael Cobb. Michael is the Executive Director of Elder Day Center.
Yes, good evening.
Good
Hi,
evening.
good evening.
Thank you so much for allowing me to come out and just share a little bit. Elder Day. Most of you probably already know what Elder Day is. We're located right at Bethany Ministry Center, and Elder Day in general supports our seniors to really age in place by offering a therapeutic adult day program throughout the day. It's an excellent opportunity to support the caregivers in Batavia, in the Tri-Cities, but in Batavia as well. And we're open now. I just met with my staff, and so we're back to 5 days. So a little quick history and a thank you, a big thank you. So Elder Day, we reopened with our recovery plan in August 7th of last year. The very first check of support that we received was from you right here. And so when you talk about a shot in the arm, that was huge for us. But it was also just a testament of Batavia and so many others that said, hey, listen, the Elder Day is very relevant, and after 29 years, we want to make sure that it continues. So, and that's exactly what it's doing right now. Kind of excited because I'm holding in my hand a save the date card for our 30th anniversary celebration. Game April 24th at Piper's. Why am I excited about this? Because just at the end of May of 2019, we almost closed our doors. And here we are getting ready to celebrate 30 years.
Wow.
And that's the resolve of us as an organization, but more importantly, the community's resolve as well. So we're excited about that. Also holding in my hand our brand new brochure, brand new logo, and all that good stuff on the outside. But our program still remains the same. But yet it's still another testament that we are very strongly committed to providing the services that we are providing So the theme, I'm going to leave these here for you too. The theme this year is celebrating the pearls of our community. So on here we have several of our members. We call them members, and they gave us the okay to actually put their faces on these little pearls here. Pretty nice, huh? So if you get one, make sure you come and join us on the 30th. But more importantly, it's also a testament to how we feel about the seniors that we serve. There are members, but we actually see them as something that's very precious. So, and that's why it's strongly important to us that we would continue to push forward. Happily to say that we're doing well in general, which is a great blessing. And so in our time, we opened our doors with 7 in August. We got up to about 14, back down to 9, about 11 now. That's just the ebb and flow that we'll experience. But it's very vibrant, exciting, and sometimes we have to make sure we're not making too much noise, our seniors, bothering neutral ground.
I haven't heard any complaints or anything. They're not too rowdy yet.
They're not too rowdy. But so we continue to provide those level of services.
Right.
And it's, for me and the rest of the team, a brand new board that came on along with myself, we're just excited about moving forward and being able to continue to provide great services here in Batavia. So since I've come on board, we've had 5 members or 5 families from Batavia that we serve. I believe we have 3 that are there right now still. And traditionally, it's usually close to about 1/3 of whatever that number is that we have. So we're still right there. This is our home. So it's our home base right here, and it's amazing how many people are still coming to me and saying, "Wow, so you're reopened." So there's a push for us with our celebration and with some other media and things like that to really get the word out. But going back to that original $6,000, it literally allowed me to, because once the doors closed, they started getting rid of stuff and everything else. So we had to basically very quickly begin to put the program back together. And so most of those dollars were used to help us carry that first 2 months of programming, direct programming related to our members. And again, many of them have some type of cognitive, mild to moderate cognitive impairments and some physical impairments as well. But in most cases, you wouldn't notice that. If you come out to our place, and I invite you to come at any time, you'll see just a group of pearls that are vibrant and enjoying as much as they can at that stage of development they're in. And our commitment is to continue to allow them to age in home, because at the beginning, the continuum of care for seniors, we're kind of at the front. And it's that opportunity to work with some of our other providers of senior services in the area before they have to go to assisted living or things of that nature. And we're expecting to grow. Our personal goal is to be at 27 by the end of June. That's a challenge, but that's what we're here for. So we're really trying to get the word out and just let people know that we're still here and we're really ready to serve.
You have how many now? 13, you said?
We have 11.
11, and you want to go to 27.
Yeah.
And can that be done in the facilities that you're in now?
Yes, we can do about 38.
Oh, okay.
And how do you get the word out?
Well, part of it is initially it was a lot of word of mouth.
Right.
And at this juncture, because we've done well and managed budgets and things like that, board gave me the okay for some marketing dollars, so we have to do that as well. So we're getting ready to do some ads in Neighbors and Batavia Living, things of that nature. We've also have identified several churches, medical facilities, things of that nature that will be getting some of these nice brochures we have. We're going to divvy that up and just begin to canvas that. We just got these out about 3 weeks ago, so we're at that stage of the game now. Any other questions?
Thank you.
But again, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Great, thank you very much for being here. And we'll move on with the rest of our agenda. At this point in the agenda, what we do is that the trustees, one of the jobs of the township trustees is to approve the payment of bills each month. So they will be checking the bills and also the bank accounts for January to make sure that we can pay the bills and that they're in the budget and that there's money in the bank to pay them. So that's what the trustees will be doing at this point.
Alrighty then. So we'll go through these. Here's the list that we checked in. Mind if we do?
Pardon?
Mind if we do these?
Sure, go ahead. I did them last time, so.
Okay.
So, we
And
have,
then,
Colin, you're with us again. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So you're not going to Blackberry tonight? You may going.
The meeting runs a little longer. I'll try popping on over.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, for general fund assessments? No, just a number and.
Okay.
Check, 5,062. So 150, or it's 175. Yes. 5065. 275. Yes. 5066. $70. 118. 56.7. $1,246. 5068. $41.68. 5069. $23.62. 57, 40 dollars, 0, not a 1%. 57.1, 29, 27, $29 shuttle. Yep. 57.2, $326.76. Yes. 57.3, $466.92.
Yeah. Well,
That should be it. And for an ending balance, I have $378,074.90. Ending balance. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the top one. $378,074.90. That's what I have right there. Okay. So we're just checking to make sure that both of these reconcile and then at time. Okay, so these are how about these? Are there those are paychecks? Paychecks. Okay. Okay.
well, we need to get together.
Let's see what
It's just the tax fund stuff.
Okay, and this is for the road chip. Road chip. Township Road Fund. Road chip. Okay.
000.
I'll see if it's on here. What's the amount?
It's $363.60.
My daughter.
It is on here.
Wow.
It's for Menards at 6170. Just make a note of it.
Oh, okay.
Right next to it, 61.
Anybody?
Check 6177.
state of Vermont is what it may
That's
be.
right, yeah.
Okay. 6159, 2000.
Just let her tell me who she is.
Maria,
Maria.
yeah. And then I dropped my hundred several.
Sometimes they're not in order.
And
Okay.
there's Maria.
Yep.
She's- So.
61, 62.
For years and years.
Got that to 32 and 75 cents.
They're doing it right, they're fine now.
61, 64
So, I don't mind looking.
is $204.
Tell them don't charge for first meetings like that.
61, 65 is
Because I give them the right to say,
$55.
no, that's not
Yep.
what we want to do.
61, 66
I have the same right.
is
If you don't need me.
$6.97.
I don't want to.
And if you've got,
26.57,
you know,
yes.
if you don't need me, you don't need me.
61, 67 is 3,000.
But I'm there.
$64.03.
Yes.
61, 68
Thank you for
is
being here.
188.
Thank you for reviewing and it's fantastic.
66.
Yes.
You're good.
61, 69
Now,
is
let's see what we're gonna
186,
make it.
79,
See if I'm gonna
70
In most cases, it's a.
is 247, 53
I had
cents.
last
Yes.
year's outlaying next year.
61, 71 is $266.15
Thank you.
cents.
I don't know about
61, 72 is 3,496 and 98 cents.
Yes.
61, 73 is $875 and 18 cents.
Yes.
61, 75 is 157
Oh.
61 cents.
No. No.
Wait,
6175.
61, 74
Okay.
is 157.
I gotta find it.
61, 74.
Okay, 157.61?
Yes. Then 175 is $3,893.40.
On the township, fund, you really don't
61.76
need to do each one.
was $1,760.
Because I added the cover sheet.
And 40 cents.
Yes.
61.78 is $234.31.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I was handing them paperwork.
So,
Which one?
61.78
Okay.
is $234.31.
There's some elderly
Yes.
stuff.
61.80 is $82.
Yes.
61.81 is $112.38.
Yes.
And 61.83 is, wait, let's go 61.82 is
You understand all that.
Yes.
So
61.83 is $4,587.
10 years, I just
Yeah,
about
it's in-
figured
oh,
out.
I'm sorry.
No cents. And 61.84 is $57.49.
84, okay, there it is.
There it is,
All
right?
right,
And,
that's it?
yep,
Okay.
the balance is,
The ending balance is on the front.
okay, let's see. Go ahead. 376,149.77.
Yep. I guess we can take that back. It's just real small, and I thought maybe you guys would do it while we were doing this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know what you gave it to me for.
Sorry. I was trying to be efficient.
Yeah. I didn't take that hint very well, did I?
Mr. West is the senior trustee now. He engineers stuff.
Ooh.
You know you're the senior trustee now.
No. I'm just a trustee, that's it.
You're just a trustee.
So, there's 98, and there's 98, 583,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
585, 93, it's just one.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
One
Yeah,
time.
you know,
I knew that'd be quick.
We don't do much.
We can account for that then.
And we need 3 on those. So there's two of them, correct?
2, is there a third one?
No, we need 3
Three
signatures.
signatures, so or at least 3.
You can just go through these. We need 3. So, see, you know.
There's a cover sheet. There's now a cover sheet on the general fund
Questions,
too.
I don't have time to ask.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's anything you don't understand what we're paying.
So do we have 2 people doing office cleaning?
We have, yeah. Yeah, there are 2 people.
Oh, there are?
Who come, husband and wife.
Oh, no, but it says office cleaning, image 1, and then we just paid somebody else a different amount.
No, I don't think so. Who else?
I could be wrong.
I don't think so. Shouldn't be.
City limits cleaning? Maybe that's not for the offices.
No.
Okay.
What was that under? Oh, it's the road fund. I don't know what they,
Yeah.
no, I don't know. I'm not. It's in the, it's the road fund, so I'm not sure exactly what that is, very frankly. I'll find out. I'll find out.
Leon,
It's
you
all right.
can talk about, I know everybody got one of these.
I'm gonna talk about it, yeah.
Isn't there an invoice attached to it?
Hmm?
Isn't there an invoice attached to city limits claim?
They just do
Won't that
maintenance.
say what it is?
They do everything automotive. They got them.
Oh, they do they, I know,
They
do
do.
they do the trucks?
Well, what's
Yeah,
in the-
stuff? Oh, okay.
What's in the road?
They have an office in Batavia in the industrial park right next to the township,
Okay.
in addition to their placement.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So,
That'll throw you if you know they're in Geneva.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know they had a place in Batavia.
so we're all
Okay.
set with the bills and the checking accounts? I hope so.
You've got the other one? Yeah, you've got the other one, right?
Nope, I don't have any.
Penny's got it.
Oh,
Check
she's got
it.
it. Okay, so there's 2, 3, and
These are
then
just
this.
copies of checks.
It's just copies of
Clear-
checks.
Copies of clear checks.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Okay, moving on in the agenda. We have now checked the bills and the bank accounts. How about the minutes for the January meeting, which are attached? Are there any questions, additions, corrections to the minutes of the January meeting?
I think they look pretty good.
I agree.
Good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion to approve the minutes for
I'll make a
January?
motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. How about if we call the roll?
John West,
Yes.
Walter Downet,
Yes.
Troy Chisana,
Yes.
Tom Sharp,
Yes.
Lee Tracy.
Yes. So the minutes are approved. We have a motion to approve the payment of the bills for January.
Move to approve the payment of the bills for January.
Do we have a second?
I second that.
Good, it's been moved and seconded. Any other questions? So we'll have the clerk call the roll on the approval of bills.
Downet,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Chisana,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yes.
Tracy.
Yes. The next item on the agenda is the assessor's report, and the assessor is not here. I can tell you that the assessor's office is doing their job. I observe them doing that. And the next item is the road commissioner's report, and our road commissioner is on his way back. And so he's not here. And I can tell you that the road people are plowing the roads in the snow that we've had. So, the next item for old business, the proposed budgets, you have those again. And so this is simply another opportunity to ask any questions. The next thing in the process is a public hearing on the budgets. The public notice has gone in the Chronicle, and we will have a budget hearing on Tuesday, March 10th at 6:45, preceding the regular meeting, where people have an opportunity to discuss the budget. I can tell you that Mr. Chalbert, our accountant, has looked at the budgets and he says they look fine. So,
Okay.
do we have any other questions on the budget?
Budget have to be posted 30 days?
Yeah. It's
Don't
been,
make it, forget.
yeah, it's been done. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And does anybody have any question about the proposed budgets? The budget for the general fund, the assessors fund, and general assistance, and the budget for the road fund, which is the regular road fund and the permanent road fund. So if anybody has any questions, if you do please, let me know or let Chris know about the road fund, and then we will have a budget hearing next month, March 10th at 6:45. Under new business, Chris would like to transfer funds in the road fund again from road maintenance to vehicle maintenance. We've had a lot of expenses on trucks. And so can I have a motion to transfer $5,000 from road maintenance to vehicle maintenance?
I'll make the motion.
And do we have a second?
Second it.
Okay, so a motion and a second. Any other discussion? So let's have the clerk call the roll on transfer in the road fund.
West,
Yes.
Donnet,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yes.
Jusana,
Yes.
Tracy.
Yes. So that motion is passed. The next item is simply a statement of economic interest. You will get a notice from the county to file a statement of economic interest, and this is a so-called conflict of interest statement. You'll hear from the county. The filing period is March 30 through May 1st. Yep. Yeah, they will send it by email to you.
Was it May what?
May 1st. So it's March 30th through May 1st. So you want to complete it as soon as you can.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda was a report on the Batavia Township 708 meeting, which was held last week on February 6th. And Mr. West was here,
I was here.
and I was here.
I was tardy about 2 minutes, but they had passed the consent agenda by the time I sat down. Anyway, they are asking for an increase in the levy for Batavia Township's portion or funds that we pass through to them. This is something that was voted on by the public years ago, and it is a direct pass-through to the 708 Board for Mental Health Services. They also talked about they own, I think, 3 buildings, and they do not want to be in the landlord business anymore, so I believe they're going to just keep the one building that their offices are in, and at some point in time try to move the other buildings off of their rolls and offer them to the businesses that are currently in them right now. And basically that's it.
Okay. Now, the next scheduled meeting of each township has a 708 board. The funds are distributed by the so-called Inc. board, but each of the townships, discuss the funding and what is done in each particular township. The next meeting of the Batavia 708 board is June 11th.
How much of an increase are they looking for?
It's in the budget. I will tell you in a minute when I look at the budget.
I think it's not clean, right?
It's $398,800. It's up
13,000?
about 13,000 from the previous year.
I think it was 385 that we had.
Yes, it was.
385,000.
Yeah. Oh, cold, oh, cold. I had a bunch of information from township officials of Kane County. They're encouraging township officials to take advantage of the professional development courses that are offered principally by the junior colleges. There's a long list of them. That they span computer-related topics and also topics related to leadership and health. If anybody would like to see that list, I have it here. There will be future meetings of township officials of Kane County in April, in June, August, and October 28th is the next Township Officials of Illinois annual dinner. I'm just bringing that to your attention.
So does that notice get sent to you?
Yeah,
And could you forward it to us?
sure. Or do you
Maybe
want?
we won't have to, I mean, do they send it to you online?
Can you scan it?
I can scan it and send it to you. I'll send it to you, everybody.
Okay. That
Okay.
sounds good, thank you.
I will scan and email. Okay. Oh, the next item on the agenda is simply a consideration of ID Shield and legal services. The question I have for you is, do you want to offer this to township employees by payroll deduction? There's a legal shield program which provides legal assistance for a cost of $11.05 per pay period for 26 pay periods. Our township officials are paid every 2 weeks. In addition, there's an identity theft plan for a family or an individual for $8.75 or $4.13, or you can combine the legal plan with the identity theft plan for somewhat less money. The costs are in this brochure. My question is whether or not, I said I would bring this to the township board and see whether we wanted to offer this to the employees of the township. They need at least 5 to do the plan that is quoted in here.
This is an offering to them, but they would pay it out of payroll deduction?
Yes,
So it doesn't cost us
doesn't
as a
cost the
township?
township any money.
So it's their choice.
Yeah,
Right.
So it sounds like to me, why wouldn't we? Why
Right.
wouldn't we give that? They can choose or not choose to take advantage of it.
yeah, what we
According to
would
their
do
own
would be
accord.
to advertise that it's available. They will come and do the presentation and enroll people if they're interested.
Yeah.
I've sat through the presentation, through the city of Batavia because my wife works there. And I think it's pretty fair and it's pretty decent. They're a pretty big company. Offered to the employees, if 5 of them want to join, great. If they don't, then that's their business.
Are there any other alternatives besides this one that provide similar services?
I'm sure there are.
Yeah, there's a couple of the big name ones that advertise quite a bit.
Have we done any
Think
kind
of-
of due diligence to find out what the cost difference is between them?
We can do that. We have not at this point.
So So if I see this scenario, it's, these guys are the first to market as far as bringing this to us. We don't know if they're at the very top of the list as far as cost and least of services, or the other way around. I would think we would want to look at what the differences are between similar services.
The meeting I sat at, they were touting that they were less costly than, I'm trying to think of the big name one that's on.
LifeLock?
Yeah, yeah, and supposedly they provided a few more services. I'm not advocating for them, I'm just saying that's what they told us, the rep.
That's what he's
So-
supposed to say, though. I mean,
Well-
Yeah.
what else is he going to say? We provide the least services and cost the most? No,
No, probably not.
not going to do that.
Yeah.
Do we have somebody that can look into the differences in cost? And,
I will research it.
okay.
There you go.
All right.
Add that to your chore list, then.
And that was short list.
Potentially, how many employees are there?
How many employees are there? There are currently 3, 4 in the assessor's office. There are 2 in the supervisor's office.
Right.
Me and the office
5,
manager.
6, 7,
There is the highway commissioner and currently 2 employees,
10.
10.
So you definitely need 5, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Well, they need that many to keep that rate.
yeah,
That's what it is.
I think so. Okay, I will invest.
So we're not gonna vote on this right now, we're gonna wait until you investigate. another
Sure.
one. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, next item on the agenda is simply to mention to you that there is a ride and cane fare increase. And there has been an advertisement of that. Let's see if I can. Well, maybe I'll find it.
It is
Well,
Ace buses, right?
Well, yeah, Ride and Cane offers transportation to disabled and senior citizens.
Oh, okay.
The
that's-
cost has been $4 per ride for the person. It's going up to $5, simply to offset some of the increase in costs. Ride and Cane is a pretty expensive program for the townships. There it is. So the increase, or the notice went out as a result of increased fuel tax, cab service agreements, and minimum wage. Ride and Cane will be rising a one-way fare from $4 to $5 for rides less than 10 miles. So this $1 increase per ride will take effect April 1st.
And we pay the difference between the $5 and whatever it actually costs.
Yes, it's a combination of things. There's a bunch of federal grants that have been made available, and also the townships and cities, so that we share the program with the city of Batavia, and so the city of Batavia does all the administrative work, and we pay half of the cost to the city of Batavia and Batavia Township. That being said, there is also a Ride and Cane meeting coming up, which I will attend, or if anybody else would attend, I'd like to attend. Next meeting, there's a Ride and Cane meeting on Tuesday, March 3rd.
And where would that be at again?
It's at the King County Office Building in Geneva.
Okay.
If anybody's interested in going.
I'll let you know. No, I will.
Would you? Yeah.
The carpool with you.
Call for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
We'll
go.
call Ryan Kane.
Call them to get the right. Assessment services.
Yeah.
While we're on several topics here, which I didn't mention, you have in your possession, I think, a contact list of the latest of all of our people now that we're up to full force. So if your phone number, your address, your cell phone, your email address is not correct, let me know. Yeah,
It's good.
it's not right. Oh, so what is yours?
2-8.
728.
It's 728, not 718. Oh, okay, I will, 728. I'll correct it. And you have your laws and duties handbook.
Yes.
I will mention that TORMA, which is Township Officials of Illinois Risk Management Association, it's where we get all of our insurance for the township. We are to review the documents by the 1st of March for the renewal. So Chris Long and I have met with the TORMA representatives, and we will do them again, make sure that we have everything insured that we want to insure. I will raise the question you may think about. Currently, our liability coverage has a max of $3 million. TORMA provides $3 million per occurrence for general liability, auto liability, public officials liability, and wrongful act. We can increase those limits for an additional premium if anybody is of a mind that we think we should increase the liability coverage. To increase the liability coverage from $3 million to $5 million would be additional $2,000 annual premium. My inclination is to say probably we don't need to, but it's something we can think about and ponder on that subject. Oh yes, so our next meeting will be March 10th, and we'll have a budget hearing at 6:45 prior to the regular meeting at 7. That's been advertised, and so at least in theory, members of the public, what the public notice says is that the budget, tentative budget, may be reviewed in the office. That's what you have. And you can come to the hearing if you like and make your thoughts known. And then we need to adopt the budget following that hearing. I will remind you that there is a general primary coming up on March 17th. I have location, and early voting has already started. If you want to vote early, if you haven't already. You can also obtain a sample ballot from the county clerk website. I'll mention also that the annual town meeting, all townships in Illinois hold the annual town meeting on the same date in April, Tuesday, April 14th. So we will have an annual town meeting on Tuesday, April 14th. And that March 1st is the last day to request agenda items. So in other words, any member of the public can request an agenda item be placed on the annual town meeting agenda, but that needs to be done by March 1st. Otherwise, it's too late. Okie dokie. Moving along. Where are we in the agenda?
You're done.
Well, we're almost done.
Public participation.
Public participation. We have not much public. I don't think. Do we have any trustee reports?
That's
I'll,
mine.
I'll just say that I'm glad that we have a full board now, and
I am too.
seems like we're all on the same page and moving along well. Thank you.
Thank you. I am too. No one is allowed to resign
For a while.
for a while. Any other business to come before the township? So, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. I doubt that there's too much discussion. Let's have a voice vote. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing nobody being opposed, I will declare that we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you. See you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you, BATV.